Hey there, everyone. Welcome to another Wednesday night live stream at the on the Bobby Legs Watch Loves Watches channel. Yes, it's been a good week. Hey man, I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped to talk watches with you guys. Yeah, for sure. But my Orioles, they're gonna probably make the playoffs, right? Which is nice. I wish they could have won that division. I still think there's an outside chance. I don't know. I don't know if there is or not. But the season's uh, it's over real soon, and so they'll probably make it a wild card. My Washington Commanders are 2-1. I think we got a quarterback. I don't want to jinx it, but I think we got a quarterback. He makes me nervous running around. But anyway, hopefully that works. Do I have an echo? Um, and yeah, man. And oh, it was on your end. Okay, Rob, you got it. Um, and my Rutgers football is 3-0, right? We're gonna play Washington, University of Washington, Hobby Bobby's land area. In that area, he likes. I think he's around there, and we're playing them on Friday night, 9th at 8:30 here at home. I'm not gonna be able to make it. I wish I could, because we got to wake up early and coach my son's soccer team. So yeah, fired up. It's been a long time since I've had something really to root for across a couple of sports. So very excited. I got my GP. I got my GP, man. This is I'm such a you guys know this. You're probably tired of hearing it from me for the last like couple months, but I am such a GP rabbit hole. I'm also down a rabbit hole and a couple of other things. So maybe maybe we'll talk about that. Oh boy. But before we get going, let me say hello to the chat. Guys, let me know what you're wearing. If you got anything you want to talk about, put it up there because we're going to talk about a couple of new releases, but like we always do. But if you need more to chat about, please throw it out there. See what we got. Rob is here from Mountain Standard Time. First, hey guys, wearing my Seiko Pogue today. I reached out to a U2 pilot friend, and he confirmed that the Air Force U2 pilots got to test drive the new military aviators only Omega Speedmaster. Wow, that is pretty cool, man. That is pretty cool. Ken Spear, check it in from Pittsburgh. Marceau, what's up, man? Wearing his HYT. Uh, hey, Peter, what's going on? Yeah, Commander's looking good, man. They had that rough first week. I mean, look, they haven't, other than the Buccaneers, they really haven't played anybody, right? I mean, well, I guess, well, anyway, so they had that tough first game against the Buccaneers, who I know they lost this weekend, but I think they're definitely a playoff team. You know, there's a couple good teams in that division that they're in, and then they play the Giants, and like I know they won that game, but that was just a brutal game, and I think Giants fans could agree that's just like it really looked like the two worst teams in the NFL were playing each other for sure. And then yesterday, I mean, like the other night, against the Bengals, they look good. I mean, I'm still concerned about their defense, Commanders. Their offense, I just worry about him running around, Jaden Daniels running around, because I just get flashbacks of RG3, But man, he can play, dude. He can totally play. So as long as he can stay healthy, that's the key. I think we got somebody. I think. Cross, that's famous last words. Mr. Wilson, big Detroit Lions fan, is here. Hey, Bruno, good to see you. Watch Medicine, a Yankees fan here, wearing his Patek 4947. Very nice. And his Commanders have a quarterback. Yeah. Look, I didn't like the pick. Mm. I mean, I wish they kept Howell. I didn't feel like Sam Howell. I felt like they kind of didn't give him a fair crack because they had no offensive line, right? And I thought he had talent, and I think he still has talent. I think he can play. So I wasn't a big fan, but I understand you get new ownership, new coach. You're gonna have a new regime, right? You're gonna want a new quarter. You want a different quarterback. I get that, but I still wasn't a fan of that pick, man. I was just like nervous, I mean, like, yeah, you know. I don't know why. Like, I mean, I just there was the guy from like NC State or North Carolina. I was like hoping that they would get. I forget his name. Cal Williams. I know he went first to the Bears. Don't know about him either. There's something about USC quarterbacks that I don't know, right? They don't really pan out or haven't panned out in the last like 20 years. LSU quarterbacks, same. I know Joey Burrow is an LSU quarterback. I mean, I know that's where he graduated from. I think he played somewhere else before. But I think of Jamarcus Russell. You know what I mean? Demarcus Russell, whatever his name, Jamarcus. And so like I'm like, oof, like there's just some colleges like I have no faith in their quarterbacks that come out of there. And just because, especially with those teams like LSU and USC, they're just juggernauts, right? So they have many ways to win, right? Um, Alabama, I feel the same way about their quarterbacks, although I think Tua had talent, but I mean, like the guy just gets hurt, man. Like those concussions are brutal, you know. Um, yeah, I just worry about certain schools and their quarterbacks, right? That they develop them correctly. But anyway, look, hopefully we got a good offensive coordinator, so hopefully he helps Daniels out. Hey, Ashley K 397, aloha as well. Aloha means hello and goodbye, and a bunch of other things, right? I think it means a whole lot of other things. Hey, Time Hills here. What's going on, Steve? Good to see you. Hey, Thomas, how you doing? Kevin Hawthorne is here from Lakeland, Florida. Good to see you. Ken is wearing his Alpinist tonight. What are you wearing on the other wrist? Don't you wear a watch on each wrist? I could be wrong. Wearing the Grand Seiko Peacock today for Ashley. Very nice. Caliber, good to see you. Will the Commanders go back to being the Redskins? There was kind of like that talk, right? I don't know. I'm not in love with them. I actually prefer when they were called the football team, Washington football team. I actually like that. Like that grew on me. And so the Commanders, like, man, when they were the Redskins, I mean, just like the color, team's color it was just so awesome. It was like that burgundy and like now it's like, it's a little different. I'm not crazy about that W that they have, the new logo for the W for Washington. Um, allegedly, there's not too many Native Americans who are offended by the Redskins. I mean, like it's not as much as it has been portrayed. I don't know if they don't have but look, if one Native American has a problem with the name, then forget it. I totally get that. But if nobody has a problem with that name, it only seems like white people have a problem with that name, right? All right, let's move on. Okay. Um let's see here. Bruno is here. He's wearing the Marathon Navigator on wrist. Good to see you, Bruno. Wayben wearing the Satori Billiard. Nice. Hey, Rafael. Hola. Saludados desde Argentina. Good to see you. Welcome. Bienvenido. Drake May. That's the guy from North Carolina, right? That was the guy from North Carolina. I think so. Tariq, what's up? Mez9 is here. Good to see you, Mez9. Scrolling down here. Rafael is in Argentina, and he's wearing. He has to conform with his Invicta Pro Diver. Yeah, it was a good day. It was a good day. Hey guys, don't forget, if you haven't, this week I'm giving away. Where is it? This Unimatic, right? Make sure you go to that video if you haven't subscribed. If you hadn't gone to that video already, where's the camera here? And make sure you enter. A lot of people have been entering. It's got a pretty decent response. So make sure you get your chance. That is a collaboration with Messina Labs. There's only 99 of those made. That was like a $1,500 watch, and it was donated so graciously by one of the subscribers and friends and of the Bobby Legs Loves Watches channel. Very generous donation. And yeah, no other channel, man. No other channel. No other channel does it. No other channel does the giveaways. Change to the white skins, no problem. I wanted them to be the Washington Crabs. Well, if they were, if it was Baltimore, right? Baltimore. I mean, that's where really, right? You know, Baltimore is the Chesapeake and the crabs. Oh, soft shell crabs are so good, right, Marceau? Mm, You got some interesting food down where you are. I remember I was in New Orleans for one Mardi Gras. I've been to several Mardi Gras, and we went to a restaurant. I forget somewhere in the French Quarter, and they had this like platter, right? It had a bunch of things in it, and it had like it came with turtle soup, and that was pretty good. And then it had some other fried catfish and whatever, and then it had like frogs legs. And I ordered it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna have some frog legs. And then I was just like, when it came out, I was just like, nope. That's it. That's the only time I've really ever refused food, two times, and they both had involved with frogs. Then years later, me and Mrs. Legs, we were dating at the time, and we went to Europe, and we stayed in Brussels for a couple of nights, and we went out to eat, and she ordered frog's legs or frog whatever for an appetizer. I'm like, okay, okay, I'll give it a shot again because I felt like maybe I could, got over that previous experience. And the frogs came out and they were skewered, and it was like the whole frog minus the head, and it was just like it was just like it looked like it was skinned, right? So it looked like an impaled like a miniature person. And I was like, nope, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. So like I think those days, I mean, I'll try alligator. That's why I had an alligator in that platter too. But no frogs for me, man. Nope. Nope. Not even I would not even give it a chance. Not even think about it. I know better now. I know myself. I'm just not a frog. I'm just not into frogs. Eating frogs. uh, yes, yeah. Generous support. Yeah. Respect to the donor. Um, Great to have such generous supporters. Yeah. I mean, like, and then I like to pass it on to you guys, right? Like I like to pass it on and to all. And yeah, selfishly, I want some clicks and views and subscribers, because like there's part of me that wants to have a successful channel. There's part of me that doesn't, but then the part of me that does, because sometimes I get like a little competitive, you know. So anyway, come on, let's talk about new releases. Um, Here, let's pull up monochrome. Hey, did you guys see this new Octo Roma striking 8-8? Man, I think I really like this watch. I'm not, and I said it before, I'm not a huge skeletal dial guy. It's mainly because I feel like I struggle reading the time, but no, I don't think I'll have an issue with this one. I didn't, I didn't put it together that the reason why it was called like the Roma was that it took some kind of inspiration from some architecture in Rome. So you see, it has this octagonal base and round bezel. It is inspired by the octagonal coffering of the Basilica Maxentius in the Roman Forum. Less edgy than the 110 razor-thin facets of the Octo Finissimo. The Octo Roma is mellower and more versatile. Man, the Octo Roma, was it the Roma that had that world timer? Um, I don't think it was the Finissimo. Was it the Finissimo? I don't know. One of them. Anyway, so this is like a titanium DLC case. I like the strap. I love the green stitching, matching the green indices and um, hands. I, I'm usually not a fan of this type of hands with like this like arrow feel, but I like it. 8 days in script here. That's interesting. I didn't pick up on that before. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Um, yeah, man, look at that movement. I mean, I think this is like the same movement they put in the Finissimo. I think I read that somewhere here. But I dig it. Real sporty. I'm not a huge DLC fan, but I sure do like this one. Um, Interesting feature of this movement is the spoked small seconds counter at the 8 o'clock. I don't mind that. I know that might bother some people who are more into more symmetrical. The 8 days is presented with a black alligator strap. It is, I mean, it's $33,000. I mean, it's crazy. But still very cool. What did it say about the movement? I thought I read something about the movement. If the watch looks familiar, it's because the movement powering this model was launched inside the Octo Finissimo Skeleton 8 days in 2022. Right. So you get that movement in there. Let's take a look at the specs. It's a 44 9 thick. That's awesome. Titanium with matte black DLC, sapphire window and case, 30-meter water resistance. I would have liked to see a little bit more water resistance for a sporty piece, maybe 100. Skeletonized black chapter ring with white minute markers and applied indices treated with neon green superluminova. Looks so cool. The movement is that BVL 199 SK ultra thin manual movement. 192-hour power reserve with 8 day, right? You know, when I hear like something like 7 days or 8 days, it just doesn't hit me. Like how many hours that is until like 192 hours, and I'm like, oh god, that's a lot of time. Coming out in October, so in a couple of weeks, and you're looking at 33,000 Swiss francs. So pretty pricey. Pretty pricey watch. Mes9 likes it. So does Marceau. Yeah, the world timer was the Octo Roma. Yeah, I feel like the Octo Roma is the less appreciated Octa series, right? Octo series. I mean, like the Finissimo gets a lot of love. Um, I'm sure, and I'm not saying like Bulgari doesn't give it a lot of attention. They obviously do. They release, there's tons of Roma models. But other than that, I mean, like I think your average, watch collector doesn't give it that much love. I know a couple people. I think Dan 911 Dan has one, um, but they're good looking watches, man. I mean, they're pretty cool looking pieces. And oh yeah, of course you're strapped in. Peter, not his favorite. For that money, I'd like. I agree. I would definitely. When I saw that it was DLC, I'm like, oh, for this price, it's got to be like ceramic, right? But titanium. Um, Hobby Lobby's here. He likes that Roma. Um, Tariq is checking with the CK2988. Oh, nice, very nice. Um, anyway, I like it. Moving on. Let's see here. What else do we got here? Uh, I I guess we just mentioned because it's one of these like retro chronographs, which I guess it's pretty cool. Edouard Koehn, not really familiar. That looks like it could be a porcelain doll. Brigade style numbers. Looks elegant. Elegant dressy chrono. It's probably really expensive. A split second chronograph inspired by 1900 pocket watch. Edouard Koehn legacy movement. Himself and watchmaker at one time, the co-owner of Patek Philippe NC. Okay, okay. The name Edouard Koehn resurfaced as a modern watchmaking scene in 2020. Thanks to. Okay, I get it. Okay. Um, so I mean, this guy's no longer around, and they're just pitching on the name. Is an independent watchmaking brand based out of Les Chaux de Fonds, paying homage to the watchmaker of the same name. Got it. Got it. So they're basing it on this um, pocket watch. I mean, it's elegant. It's nice. It's like I said. They're probably. Let me guess. Let me guess. They're probably. It's going to be over 60,000 Swiss francs. They'll probably just do Swiss francs. Okay, 50-meter water resistance. Maybe not. I'm looking at this movement. I'm looking at this movement here. Um, mm, oh, it's limited. Ooh, should I stick with that number? 60,000? Let's see. It's probably way over that. Um, let's see. Scrolling down. What do you guys think? You guys know? If you know, don't say anything. But what do you think? What do you think it's going to be? Um, I don't know. Split second, blah, blah, blah. Oh, 15,000. Okay. All right. Wow. I was way high on that one. I thought once I saw limited to 550 pieces, I was like, oh, yeah, this has got to be super expensive. But yeah, I mean, I should have known that that movement uh, wasn't it wasn't representative of something that would be way, way, way high end just by the finishing or the lack of, right? So 77 is a Concepto base value 7750. The dial is enamel. Okay, cool. That's nice. Blued hands, 40 millimeter diameter, 4.6 thick, stainless steel, 550-meter water resistance, typical for a chrono. Okay. All right. Yeah, Tariq, you were with me. See you guys. Yeah. We were fooled. They pulled the fast one on us. Okay. I don't know. Looks nice. Looks nice. Whoops. Daisy. Whoopsie daisy. Young Hands updates the public. Okay, it's probably just a couple colors. First look at the meteorite dial extraterrestrial Bethune DB28XS. This already came out, right? I mean, this is just um or not. I don't know. Who could forget? Blah blah blah. Let's see here. Munionalusta is one of the oldest known various meteorites heralding from an asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. Estimated to be more four. Oh, all right, all right. I don't know. I don't know. Do I need to know? Okay, all right. Um, yeah. I don't know. Is this a new DB? Deboom? Deboom? DB Deboom? Um, I mean, it looks cool. It looks cool. It looks nice. Yeah, it's really far out there, right? It's really it's very appropriate that it's a meteorite dial with this kind of Star Trekky type movement. But yeah, it's interesting. Um, I don't know, man. I feel like even if I had all the money in the world, like there's some DBs that if I had all the money in the world, I would consider. This is probably not one of them. Um, just a matter of taste, you know, matter of opinion. Limited to annual production, 105,000 Swiss francs. Wow, that's really thin. 7.4, huh? That's pretty cool. Hmm. In-house manual wind, um, 6-day power reserve. Okay. Yeah, I just feel like I'm out of my element when I talk about DB. Um, yeah, not new, but phenomenal. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think that was new. I get psyched out when Monochrome does these first looks. That doesn't necessarily mean that, right? I mean, I think it means sometimes it means that this first time in hand or something like that. Bruno, FYI, I've been seeing TV commercials for Bulova promoting their Mark Anthony line. Not for me, but appealing for some. I didn't even know he had a line. Would you rather have that or a Jorn? I don't know. Are you talking to me? Yeah, Jorn. I think. Yeah. Um, okay. Moving on. Titanium Ferdinand Berthoud. Titanium clad. Yeah. I mean, well, Okay. Okay. Not my favorite one, but still kind of interesting. It's probably so expensive. Um, First presented in 2022, the FB3 SPC presents represents a third contemporary creation of Ferdinand Berthoud and answers the demand for a slightly smaller, more accessible model within the lineup. Okay, so what does that mean? More accessible lineup. Okay, are we talking 135,000? 135,000 Swiss francs. 5-piece limited edition, of course, for Art and Time Monaco. Yeah. I mean, this is like different level. This is like eyes wide shut party kind of level, right? And I mean, like, were they really serious by making something more available, or did I just, you know, accidentally pick something that I? It answers the demand for a slightly smaller and more accessible model within the Berthoud lineup, but it remains firmly rooted in the brand's dedication to mechanical precision and craftsmanship. This work of art was a winner of the chronometric. This is not. Oh, I hate when they do this. I want to talk about new releases. Um, mm. Hey Thomas, he loves him. Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're great watches, for sure. Hey Jean Claude, good to see you. I know that this is symmetrical, but that cutout makes it seem like it has a growth. Huh. Ferdy B is phenomenal. Uh, that was a great 90s reference. Is that me? Are you talking about me? Did I make a 90s reference? Um, a lot of their watches are 250K. So I guess, yeah. How about that? We could talk about that. I think we talked about that last week, but or I did a video on it, but we can talk about that. Um, all right, let's move on. Let's move on. I want some new watches. Um, Ichabod. Whoa, that's not what I clicked. Ikepod goes street style, art style with the Megapod. This is our time. Oof. Ooh. I'm sure there's a meaning to this, but why? All right, at least they're not trying to like charge you like $20,000 for it. Street art pairing. I mean, do I really want to read why? Can somebody just like put a little synopsis on the chat? Um, uh, UFO inspired. Yeah. Hey Nathan, no worries, man. No worries. Thanks for showing. Thanks for coming. All right. Yeah. We're not gonna talk about that one. Let's go to that tag that was kind of far back, huh? Yeah, we definitely talked about that. I think it was Bruno who mentioned it. I like these Hoyers. I like the Monaco. I even like this one. But to me, the one I would go for is just like the blue dial, the um who McQuaid, Dennis Quaid version. Is it Dennis Quaid version? Is that, yeah? McQueen, Steve McQueen. Sorry, I always confuse the two. I don't know why I do. I always think. Okay, forget about it. The Steve McQueen Le Mans Monaco chronograph is the one for me. But this is actually this is pretty good. I mean, I think, the problem with green is just I feel like it's like, if you're gonna spend this kind of money, because this watch ain't cheap. Um, it's like 9,100 Swiss. francs. Man, I got to be really, really sure that I'm going to be okay with wearing this watch a lot. And it's like pairing it up, like, what, I mean, I guess in a sense, I do care that I match at times, even though I don't look like I would, but it's good. It's a cool watch. It's a cool watch. Um, Thomas likes it. Thomas, you got an eclectic taste, though. I mean, that doesn't surprise me that you would like it. Not don't mean that in a negative way. I mean, like, that's. I mean, you definitely have an eclectic taste in watch pieces, and so uh, yeah, yeah. It's just not for me. Um, I'm more of a Randy Quaid guy myself. Nice looking greenie. Yeah, you and like Hobby Bobby, like you guys like your eclectic watches. That green Monaco is for a guy who already has a Monaco and wants it. Uh, it's steel. No, I don't think it was. Was it steel or was it titanium? Titanium. It's titanium sandblasted. That's probably why it's like it's where it's price point. Um, the green sub registers don't look as good as many other. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is, Thomas. I think it's those sub registers. To me, just doesn't like they don't stick the landing there with the watch. Um, but it's not bad. I mean, it's not a bad looking watch. It really isn't. I mean, like now it's like now the more I think about it, it's kind of starting to grow on me. But it's not. But it's not my first choice. Monaco choice. It's not. Um, okay. Hey, so anybody who any guitarists out there? I mean, like I'm going down the rabbit. I'm going down different rabbit holes. For a hot minute, I was going down the baseball card rabbit hole. I'm definitely, and I'm kind of like putting a pause on that. I'm definitely down the comic book rabbit hole with my son. Not like vintage comics or spending that kind of on a collectible. Just like getting into new series, man. Oh man, if you're into comics or if you're thinking about getting back into comics, there a new series I started this year, the Ultimates and the ultimate and so there's the Ultimates, there's Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate X-Men, Ultimate Black Panther, Ultimate something or other. Anyway, it's like one of these like different universe um of Marvel universes, and the Ultimate Spider-Man is so good. It's so good. I mean, me and my son are just like having a blast with it because we're like hanging on. But anyway, so now like I've been playing guitar um off and on since I was like 12 or 13 years old. And I've gone through like these like periods of time when I stopped playing for like a year or two, and then I play for a year, and then I won't play for like 3 years. Like it's like a love, really like a love hate relationship. So so I was trying to like I knew if I got back into guitar, well, I had the amp, I have the guitar, so like the cost of like getting back into the hobby wouldn't be that crazy, right? So like I bought a couple new chords, better quality chords that didn't cost much, and a pedal. And so now I'm gonna now now I'm like looking at guitars online. You know what I mean? Like one hobby addiction being substituting another one. But I tell you, I mean, like guitars can be very, very pricey, but like fortunately, I'm in I'm in the Seiko Lux category of guitars right now that are appealing to me. Yeah. Anyway, that's what I've been into lately. No Saber Heaven, no Saber Heaven, no Freebird. Um, I won't be playing any of that. I'm more into like doom metal. Yeah, do yeah, okay. So if you don't know, there's different types of heavy metal, right? And and one of them is like, there's like black metal, There's like speed metal, right? There's like death metal, um, the thrash metal, stoner metal, and then there's like a doom metal. So like bands like what's very doom metal that maybe a lot of you guys um, can relate to. Um, like Black Sabbath, right? Like Electric Funeral. That's a very doom metal song. Although now like the stuff that they're playing now is much heavier, right? More distortion and much. But like like that like Electric Funeral by Black Sabbath. I don't know if that was like the start of it all. Like I don't know the history of doom metal, but that's very that sound, that fuzzy distortion sound, slow, like powerful. That's very yeah. Guitarist did guitar. I'm leaving the watch hobby like you are, and I'm going to collect. No, I wouldn't do that. Are you going down the effects pedal? Effects? Yeah. Um. So there's a band that I like. I like this band, High on Fire, and I just really like the sound. And so there's this a company, and they have a YouTube channel. Uh, Thomas with the super chat, new guitar fun, get creative. Thank you. Um, I appreciate it, Thomas. Thank you. So they the the company's called Does It Doom, um, and they have a channel on YouTube, good channel, and they have this pedal, um, and so the pedal, they say, replicates the sound, or as good as a sound as the guy used to have at the beginning when was in another band called Sleep. Um, he had like some sort of like amp. Was it a green MT 150? One of these like heads, and then he had something else in there, and like so like whatever sound that produced, they were able to like they say they're able to replicate it with a pedal. So yeah, I got an orange amp, just a 35 watt it has an it's got quite the effects, a lot of effects on it, but it's a good amp, and so I'm gonna feed it through, and my goal. Okay, very worthy endeavor. Yeah, I think you need to have a jam session with Thomas. I mean, like we can. My goal, Thomas, is to I don't know, get like some pick up some, hopefully free, but like like get pick up some software where I can lay down some tracks, lay down some like drum tracks, and and then feed into some guitar tracks in there, and then I'll send them to you. I'll send them to you, and then we can collaborate. Uh, so right now, so like Bruno, so like um a long time ago, I used to have a lot of guitars. Um, right now, I have the only electric I have is a wedding gift that my wife, she gave me this strap, which was not cheap, and class for the GPS wedding gift, and the other part of the wedding gift was a PRS SE um, guitar, and so that's and I had until recently a GNL Telecaster that I gifted to my niece because she started getting into guitars. It's a great guitar too, GNL Telecaster. I picked up at a pawn shop like 30 years ago in Philadelphia on South Street, and great guitar. I mean, like it may be anyway. She got a really good guitar, and so that's all I have. But I think at one time maybe six or seven electrics, But the PRS is great, and with like standard tuning, like standard E tuning. And I want a guitar with standard E. It kept that standard E tuning, just for most 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 playing. But um, going into this doom metal, I mean they tune down to a C, and so like I don't want to have to go back and forth with one guitar tuning it, from a C to an E and back to a C or whatever. So yeah, yeah, that's 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 what I want to do. 51 years old. That's what I want to do. Paul Reed Smith. Yeah, yeah. They do. They do. Um, I'll show I have it ready, man, because I've been like, I have it on my screen. This is the guitar that I'm talking. I know we're supposed to be talking about watches, but it's been slow. It's been slow this week. So this is like a no, like a really small name. They do small runs of guitars, and the only reason why I heard of them is because of that guy, Matt Pike from the band High on Fire that I'm into. He did like a collab with them, and so this is not the collab guitar, but that's how I found these guys. And so man, I really like this one, man. Mm, mm, it's a cool looking guitar. It's cool looking. Love the pickups, and it's just a great, yeah, tuning standard C. That's what they recommend. Yeah, man, this is what I want to do. You know, they have the sunburst here. This is actually mahogany with sunburst, whatever they call. What do they call that one? Um, Emerald green, tobacco sunburst. Um, but the PRS that I have is very similar in look, so I'd go green. I think I'm gonna go green here. This emerald green. Um, Man, oh, that's left-handed. Um, anyway, so that's what I'm thinking. Write a rock song about watches and watch collecting. It'll be probably work better than the blue song. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I could do that. Patupali, what's up? How you doing, man? All new tag and Breitling are overpriced. Um, Marcello, time. Drop the link if you're looking for a company. Um, is that is that Rolex Green, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely. It is Rolex Green. Anyway, and what's it what Thomas, let's see. Oh man, I already forgot like the name of the pedal. Oof, you're gonna kill me. Does it Doom pedals? Baghdad, that's what it's called. Um, yeah, and it looks cool too, and it just looks cool. Tribute to Matt Pike's early era high on fire guitar tone, capturing the searing power of high gain channel from the Soldano SP77 preamp driving a bludgeoning green Matamp GT 140. Those greens, I think those are made up in the UK, right, Thomas? Um, yeah, this is the channel. Does it Doom? Um, those are awesome. Those are awesome. Anyway, talking about Rolex, what do you think of the new book? Talking about Rolex, and what do you think about the new book? There's a new book. Interesting. Interesting. I did not hear about a new book. Um, Somebody mentioned Hodinky and Zenith. I know that's okay. So they've been they've been promoting that on their site for, I feel like, a whole week, and here it is. Let's take a look at it. This is my first time taking a look at it too. Um, Triple calendar, Hodinkee. Yeah, they came out with a triple calendar. I guess they're doing a collab with it. I like this watch. This site is terrible. Um, can we get some pictures here? Let's zoom in. Yeah, I mean, I like the El Primero. This triple calendar. I do like it. The regular production model, I like this one. Let's see what's so special about this one, other than being so 20 after 20 to 25 pieces produced. The original plans of design. Okay. 13,500. Is that is that the track? Oh yeah, I like the minute track there. Or not the minute track. That's not the minute track. The tachymeter track, right? That's a tenth of a second. Um, I like the dial. I like it. I mean, it's very pleasant. It's a very pleasant piece. 13,500 is kind of steep for it. Just because I know what it does like in a secondary. I mean, in general, I don't know about the triple calendar that came out a couple months ago. I don't know how that's faring. But yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know what's going on with you, Marcella. I mean, I don't know if you're spamming or whatnot. But yeah, I'm not gonna drop the link for you. Um, sorry, bud. I just don't know. You just keep chatting away here, and doesn't feel right. Anyway, guys, hey, look, thanks anyway for joining me this evening. I know I went off on a little bit of a tangent here. Hey, because I like watches, but I mean it's other things I like as well. Anyway, yeah, Marcel, that Zenith is okay. Hey, are you going? Are you still have plans on going to that watch time? Because I am going. I'll be there on the Sunday at watch time. Um, that's the day I plan on going to the actual event, and I may go in Saturday to check out some things. But Sunday I'll be definitely there in the event, going to the event and spending some time there, and hopefully I could see. You're going to be there on Saturday. Well, maybe I can still figure out a way to meet you in person if you want to. Maybe we can figure something out. Anyway, guys, hey, thank you so much, Thomas. Thank you so much for the super chat. Really, really appreciate it. And you guys have a great rest of your week. I will see you next week with another live stream. And yeah, watches, man. Take care. Have a good night.